alles soll ich von diesen Juden?
Inglourious Basterds 2009 is a war action movie which is directed by Quentin Tarantino and is by far one of the most top tier, high caliber classics, which the movie is a historical alternative film, meaning that obviously the majority of the scenes are full on bullshit, done solely for the purpose of shits and giggles. Definitely not historically accurate by any means, it's just for the plot. And of course the movie had loads of interdictions from Jewish groups, even going as far as irrationally reprimanding the movie, even though the movie, since it's a major Hollywood hit, had to be altered by the covert conglomerate of overlords that call the shots, the firewall of Jewish influences, and the bombastic moguls besieging Hollywood with the predilections for using pretexts to alter and to water down the organic nature of movies that's released to the imbecilic masses that scoff the film down like it's going out of style. The title Inglourious Basterds has the word bastard in the title, intentionally misspelt for branding purposes. The movie features English, German and French throughout the movie, and a little bit of Italian near the end, the four mighty languages. The film was distributed by the Weinstein Company in the United States, which was founded by a Jewish man named Harvey Weinstein, who was convicted of multiple accounts of sexual abuse. Now, there's just a crystal clear paradigm that's far too common, but it goes unchecked. So the movie is renowned for having won a shitload of awards, which was 134 awards that it won.
Or let you go. Whether or not you're going to leave this ditch alive depends entirely on you. Peace. There's an orchard. Besides you, we know there's another crop patrol fucking around here somewhere.
The humour is fucking hilarious. There's a lot of American horseshit, and it's combined with typical melees between the French and Germans, so it's typical bullshit. So the Austrian Schutzstaffel leader Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz, is in Nazi-occupied France, and he's hunting down Jews that are hiding out in homes in the countryside, and he's at the home of a French dairy farmer interrogating him, who's hiding Jews under the floorboards, and Hans's men massacre them, but one girl named Shosanna somehow manages to escape, and that establishes the premise. Several years later, Brad Pitt's character is a bloke named Aldo Raine, who recruits Jewish American soldiers to the Black Ops Commando unit named the Basterds, with the intent to kill or maim as many Nazis as they can. So the French Jewish woman Shosanna that was featured in the first scene escaping now owns a proper looking grandeur cinema, obviously having to conceal her Jewish identity to pull that off. Now, the crux of the plot, during that time, there's a highly anticipated Nazi propaganda film to be released called Stutz Donation, the Pride of the Nation. And Shosanna meets an actor who's playing a sniper from that soon-to-be-released movie, and he convinces the Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels, to hold the film premiere at her fucking cinema. Now, she's not arguing against this idea, as she, along with her black boyfriend from France, are orchestrating to burn down the bloody cinema whilst those Nazis are watching the film at her cinema. Now, in order for that to happen, Hans Landa from the SS has to conduct an interview on Shosanna. Of course, unbeknownst to him, he's interviewing the same girl who escaped from imminent death at that dairy farmer's home years prior, who he failed to capture, and now she's on the cusp of orchestrating her vengeance to kill those same Nazis that failed to kill her. The plot is straightforward, the writing is on the wall, it's tic-tac-toe clockwork. Hans does the background check and approves the cinema as the venue, which obviously in hindsight is an abject disaster for him for the sake of the plot. So there's a rendezvous at a pub bunker where a British bloke who speaks German is masquerading as a German soldier covertly, along with a German woman who is an agent working for the Allies named Bridget von Hammersmark, played by Diane Kruger, and the Gestapo gradually uncover that they are posers, and he is threatened with a gun barrel right at his fucking crotch. Then there's a huge gunfire, mass bloodshed, blood saturated everywhere, lambs to the slaughter, plus que change, alas. The Gestapo officers are all shot dead.
Haben Sie das gehört? Das ist das Geräusch meiner Walter, die direkt auf Ihre Hoden gerichtet ist. Ja, warum richten Sie...
Bridget von Hammersmark had her leg maimed from the gunfire, and they place it in a cast, and the Americans instruct her to tell people who she will later subsequently greet at the film release event at the cinema that she got injured mountain climbing, and Hans laughs his ass off, and the plot obviously implies he's suspicious of these charlatans and could be possibly playing stupid, and they could be possibly in deep fucking shit. They can meet their demise, they could be fucking slaughtered. Now the American soldiers go under disguise as these Italian filmmakers, and the American Muppets barely speak a bit of Italian. It's a shit amount, and that's where the humour is from how preposterous this mission is. The first thing that I thought of was the scene from the 2001 movie Heartbreakers, where Sigourney Weaver is playing this American woman character who has to pretend she's from the Soviet Union, the USSR, and that obviously means she has to speak Russian, which she is unable to, thinking she can disguise herself as she's in a volatile predicament, barely speaking any Russian, as she's being interrogated.
Laurent, ein sehr talentierter Kameramann, Antonio Margheriti und Antonios Kamera.
Piacere. Gli amici della vedetta ammirata da tutti noi questa giornata del loro soggiorno.
Grazie.
Corlomi?
The four of them are at the film release event, and they greet the head of the Gestapo, and to their surprise he speaks fucking fluent Italian and strangles Bridget to death and interrogate the two at his office, and they think they are in deep shit, absolutely fucked, finished, but he offers them an ultimatum deal that the US must protect Hans when the war is over, so they settle on that. And whilst the Germans are watching the end of the movie in the theatre, a woman appears on the screen and says the Jews will end all the Germans and that they're on a Jewish vengeance, and they activate the detonations and set fire to the theatre and start spraying and kill Hitler and Goebbels. The movie did receive a lot of criticism from subversive conglomerates, claiming the movie was wrong on this, wrong on that in terms of morals. I would suggest to these snowflakes to shut the fuck up and just fuck right off, because the film did a thorough job portraying the hostility and banter between the Germans and the Allies, including the uncourteous behaviour of the Americans. It's the typical textbook bombast World War II movie from Hollywood, rehashing old ground.